Good morning. My name is Santana Nottage. I am a whistleblower for the prison system for the state of Maryland. You met my twin brother, Can You Dig It? And we put him up in the closet for a second to kind of brief you, let you know what's taking place and why it's so important that I tell you the deeds of these people who control me and your liberties. So I want you to understand that. I did the optometry for the prison systems for 13 years. In the process of doing the optometry for 13 years, when there's something above my scope that I am legally prohibited to touch and I cannot deal with, I'm required to refer them to the ophthalmologist. This particular person is named Dr. Michael Summerfield. So, for 7 years, this professional guy was going to the state, Corizon, Wexford, the governor's office, everything internally, not to get anyone in trouble, not to get anyone fired. I was just wanting to get the prisoners seen. It's their constitutional right. It's against the law to deprive them of their medical care. So, because I could not just sit back and watch this shit go down, I'm a whistleblower. So, I wrote a letter to the press and alerted them of the prisoner neglect. One particular gentleman who I wrote to was a gentleman by the name of Barry Sims from WBAL-TV. I've given Barry Sims more than 10,000 pieces of documentation. And he was kind of hesitant to talk to me. But then, when I said, hey, Barry Sims, take a look at this, Barry Sims started listening. And then Barry Sims took this banana and, baby, go. Barry Sims took this banana and ate the whole thing with the skin. So from WBAL-TV, there's a gorilla pretending to be a man named Barry Sims who's fully aware of this, and he literally buried the story. It's in his name, Barry Sims, Barry Gorilla Sims. Hey Barry, you owe me a banana, by the way. So I also contacted another gentleman by the name of Benjamin Crump. Same thing. I let him know about prisoner abuse. And Benjamin Crump told me he wouldn't touch prison abuse for 1 million bananas. So I offered him 10 million bananas. And Benjamin Crump refused to get involved with prison abuse. You understand? So they have me looking like the crazy person for telling the truth and doing the right thing for patients who needed their vision. Like, they're going blind. Like, isn't it hilarious that these people who I reported on get to investigate me and fuck with me? However, you understand something. They got the right one. You understand? They got the right one, Barry Sims. I know you don't like me playing with food, Barry Sims and Benjamin Crump and Neville Anderson. I understand. But I want you to understand something. For your deeds and your misconducts, I understand you're gonna be seen for all these things. This is legendary. This is gonna be here forever. When you a great grand gorilla, this is gonna be everywhere. And when you're a great grand gorilla, your great grand gorillas, you great grand gorilla, you know, your children and your great grandchildren are gonna know what you did. All of you gorillas. And Ivan Bates, let me assure you something. Our state's attorney, Ivan Bates, who's fully aware of the prisoner neglect and prisoner abuse. Ivan Bates is 100% aware of these things. So I'm gonna tell you something. You're gonna wish that you would have simply you're gonna wish that you simply just did something about the prisoner abuse. But I've got 10 more videos of you, Ivan Bates, that I'm gonna put your information out there. So I want you to understand that I had no intention of embarrassing anyone. I didn't want anyone to get fired. I didn't want anything to happen except for the prisoners to get their constitutional amended rights of medical care. You understand, if you're gonna force somebody to be in a cage like an animal, if you're saying the law says that you did something wrong and you gotta stay in this cage, the law also states that you deserve your medical treatment. So I'm the bad guy because I said this is wrong. And I reported this to these entities and different people, and they completely ignored it. So this is the reason why I'm putting all their dirt out there. So all the people who think these are upstanding gentlemen in their communities realize they are not. They are just gorillas who know how to stand up straight. They're monkeys. And except what you call him, I will acknowledge, our state's attorney, Ivan Bates is a crook, but he doesn't look like a monkey. But he does look like this character. He's a goofy looking ass nigga. That's Ivan Bates. This is a picture of, this is a model, a model of Ivan Bates. Just a goofy ass nigga, just look goofy. So I'm just simply saying, you may think these things are unusual and my tactics are unusual. I get that. But I want you to understand that these people are putting people in cages and not giving them their medical attention. And I got fired. And oh, by the way, if anybody wants to see what I look like when I'm dead, you can watch my video tonight, because me and my son got poisoned over this weekend. If you'd like to see a video of what my body looks like when I'm dead, stay tuned. But you know, of course, you know, me being poisoned is just a mere coincidence. So nonetheless, I want to say this. You gentlemen, all they had to do was see their patient. Gotta see their patients. But I want you to also understand this. Everyone said no to the patients getting seen. So the state's attorney's office, the governor's office, the Department of Correction, Barry Sims, Benjamin Crump. One doctor refused to see his patients, and everyone in this corrupt system went along with it and said, you know what? It's fine that you do this to these patients because they niggas and they ain't shit. I disagree with that. They're people. They're better than the people who are judging them and putting them in cages. Like literally, you have these demons putting people in cages. There's nothing worse than them. I mean, you understand that to be Barry Sims or to be Benjamin Crump, you've had to done something really terrible in your life to get that fucking face. You understand? Your deeds. Like this chick named Frances Ann Ford. She's a booger whoop. She looks like Evander Holyfield. She's a girl though. So it don't work out for her. And she stink. She smell like a hot bag of garbage. So I'm just simply saying, I'm making a fool of them because they're disgustable and terrible and horrible. They're the worst kind of frequencies that God ever created. But understand that all I was asking is for them to see the patients. I didn't want any money. I didn't want nothing. I just wanted the patients to be seen. What's so wrong with me? Why am I the bad guy for saying, hey, there's thousands of patients who are waiting to get seen by the ophthalmologist. 100% of them are chronic care. Can we please make the doctor, Michael Summerfield, the one doctor, see his patients? You understand, if he would just saw his patients, you wouldn't even have to see me. But because the system don't give a fuck and throw these people in cages and they have no rights, no protection, and they have no representation, then that means that's me. I have to be their rights and their protection and their representation. And everything has been taken from me because of that. But I would do it again. So I'm just simply saying, Barry Sims, you are a gorilla. Benjamin Crump, you are a booger wolf. You are the runner-up booger wolf of the year. Mark Alexander Fuller, your breath smell like you ate a bag of hot monkey shit. And who else did I mention? Oh, not to mention, now we're gonna mention Neville. Oh, by the way, the new booger wolf of the year is a guy named Neville Anderson out of Atlanta. Don't forget our dear state's attorney, Ivan Bates, that goofy ass, crooked ass nigga. Don't forget him. I got a whole bunch of more videos about him. Watch. All the stuff I'm saying is personal and true. Watch. All the stories I will tell you about Ivan Bates are personal and true, and they got confirmation. So he can go and pretend his goofy ass don't know what I'm talking about. But guess what? His goofy ass should have called me instead of sending that clown ass bitch Corey to call me. Let me talk to this clown ass bitch by the name of Corey. He shouldn't have done that. He should have talked to me. It's how I should have went. Hey, Ivan Bates. Yes, Lieutenant. What's your job, Ivan Bates? Put niggas in cages. I want to put niggas in cages. Niggas need to go in cages because I'm a goofy bitch. That's Ivan Bates talking to you. So I'm just simply saying, the people who they have in charge of our liberties are disgusting, filthy beasts, and they're crooks and criminals. And they're allowed to put you in a cage. That ain't right. So I'm just simply saying, you should have just called me and did your fucking job, Ivan Bates. But by the end of this, you ain't gonna have no job. You understand? Watch. You're just a dumb nigga they put in the spot right for now. They needed a dumb, goofy ass nigga to be able to put other niggas in prison. And you happen to be the one, you goofy ass clown. So I'm just simply saying, you're gonna wish that you would have called me instead of sending that clown to talk to me. Corey, you still a bitch. say something to me. Because y'all know y'all punks and I'm a man. Y'all know I'll walk to y'all face and slap the taste out of all y'all mouths. And only thing y'all would do is just look at somebody and call the police. But I'm against violence. But I love truth. So I'm simply saying, none of this had to happen. All they had to do was see the patients. He got paid for it. He might as well see him. Can you dig it?